Thank you for tuning in to HardNews TV4. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where truth is like archaeology, and every day we're digging for it. Today is September 8th, 2020, and today I've got 10 plus 1 top stories. I didn't know which one to eliminate. And y'all, if y'all could do me a favor to try to help me build up this channel, can you please like and subscribe to the channel to help build this back up? I've been a little bit down in the dumps that all of my channels are getting taken down. So if y'all could help me build this one back up, I'd really appreciate it, and prayerfully consider supporting the channel. Okay, so here are my top 10 stories plus 1 today. So this article is from September 8th. Surveillance cameras capture huge pile of mail dumped in California parking lots. So y'all, do y'all see the potential problem in this? If they're wanting to move to mail-in votes only, and you're a predominantly, I don't know, Christian conservative voting precinct, that's how you typically vote, and then all of a sudden your ballots never even make it to be counted because somebody intercepts it and goes and dumps it somewhere. I see all kind of fraud with mail-in ballots coming. Article number 2 is from September 4th, 4 days ago. United Nations forced to admit that the Bill Gates funded vaccine is causing polio outbreak in Africa. Remember, Bill Gates said that we could be successful in population control through vaccines in his TED Talk? This really should be one of the biggest scandals in public health, but it's given little attention, mainly because of the whole high-profile nature of the people and organizations involved. The United Nations has been forced to admit that a major international vaccine initiative is actually causing the outbreak of the very disease it is supposed to wipe out. Okay, do you see that? While the international organizations like WHO will regularly boast about supposedly eradicating polio with vaccines, the opposite seems to be the case. Do you remember Bill Gates said with his own mouth to save the planet they had to reduce the population and that they would be successful through vaccines? Well, we know that Bill Gates is the second largest contributor to the World Health Organization, second only behind the entire country of the United States of America. Bill Gates is over all of this, and the very disease that they said that they're trying to wipe out is causing the spread. So what do you see happening with the virus vaccine? Them injecting what they're saying that they want to get rid of? So yeah, that will make the second outbreak of it a lot worse because they'll be actually giving it to you. Article number 3, Trump hints at a vaccine surprise as Biden demands transparency. This is from 17 hours ago from MSN. President Donald Trump hinted Monday that the U.S. could approve a coronavirus vaccine in October ahead of the November election as Joe Biden demanded transparency. So like 3 or 4 weeks, the U.S. could approve a vaccine. Article number 4, woman who died in February gets letter claiming she was tested for COVID, the virus, and declared positive. In local journalism, the news that gets covered is supposed to be the man bites dog variety, not the dog bites man. Except for the Onion, nobody really cares when an area man loses the lottery again. If it's sunny in Los Angeles, the weather doesn't lead off the 11 p.m. news. When the panda in the zoo isn't having a baby, no one bothers to cover its pregnancy status. All of which is to say that one hopes the case of Sandra Whittington is indeed the man bites dog variety. However, the reason she is in the news is because it's not necessarily clear how man bites dog it is. Whittington is, or rather was, a resident of Shelby County, Tennessee, which includes Memphis, Tennessee. The local health department reportedly said that she tested positive for the virus after taking the test June 20th. The issue is that she passed away in hospice care at a friend's house February 16th after a battle with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, according to KTHV-TV. It's been 6 months, almost 7, since she passed away, said her son, Troy Whittington. There was no testing that was done at that time in February. On her death certificate, it was stated she died and what the cause of death was, and that it was not the virus, but it was COPD. Okay? It says, I'm just having a hard time understanding how they can say someone has the 19 when they are not even alive, he told the station last week. It says after receiving the letter, he contacted the health department, which he said confirmed that they had her on record as having taken the test. Okay, so y'all see how skewed the numbers are when dead people are coming up positive, just like dead people vote Democrat? Article number 5, Spain uses helicopter to crack down on beachgoers. New footage, this was from today, published on social media, shows Spain's civil guard flying a helicopter over popular Spanish beaches, ordering locals and tourists over a loudspeaker to exit the area amid new restrictions as the virus cases surge. The helicopter spotted over the coastline at Palma Beach and Calvia Beach on Majorca, one of Spain's Balearic, I don't know how to say it, islands in the Mediterranean on Saturday, could be heard instructing beachgoers to leave the area. Social media users described the video as creepy. Others said, we are in the police and oppressive state without even realizing it. So there you go on that one. Let me catch this before it starts. Article number 6 from September 1st, a week ago. In unprecedented move, the CDC halts rental evictions until the end of 2020. The Center for Disease Control halts most rental evictions. By what authority does the CDC have to halt evictions? Okay, this would be something Congress would have to vote on, or the president would have to issue an executive order. But the Center for Disease Control that monitors infectious diseases is halting rental evictions. Over what authority do they have over landlords and property owners? In an unprecedented move on Tuesday, with Congress unable to reach common ground on virtually any stimulus extension, the CDC unveiled today that it would temporarily, at least through the end of 2020, suspend most rental evictions of Americans struggling to pay their rent. I don't even see by what authority they're able to do this. Article number 7 from September 2nd, Google proposes a new campus built as a neighborhood with shops, parks, and homes. Google wants to build a new corporate campus in Mountain View, California, aiming to develop a 40-acre site with a mix office buildings, housing, shops, and public spaces. Would you want to live in an apartment building built by Google? Can you imagine the surveillance equipment that is going into the walls and the lights and the ceilings? Article number 8. Andrew Cuomo says that 4,000-person NYPD social distancing task force is needed before he will allow indoor dining in NYC. So he wants 4,000 person task force spying on people and monitoring people before he's going to open indoor eating. Article number 9, this is from September 3rd. California reduces penalties for pedophilia with willing kids. Now, this is for homosexual children, kids that are already going through a very vulnerable time. And California wants to make it a bill that it's okay for people no more than 10 years older than the kid to have sex with them. Okay? At what point should it ever be okay that a kid can give consent? Now look what Rush Limbaugh said about this. Before talk radio host Rush Limbaugh discussed the bill on his nationally syndicated show Thursday, he had to warn listeners to turn down the volume if there were any children nearby. After describing the bill in detail, he addressed the problem with regarding children as willing participants. How do you get permission from an 8-year-old child to have sex with them? If you're 18, how do you get permission? How do you get permission from a 10-year-old if you're 20? How is permission from a 10 to 12-year-old even valid, he asked. He predicted that once this gets signed into law, that 10 years is going to become a 15-year difference down the road because that's how they operate. So to free the LGBT kids, to make them not be stigmatized, this makes no logical sense whatsoever. They're handing them over to be victimized. And in California, pastors can't offer them conversion therapy, but the state government can offer up their bodies to pedophiles to violate them and put them in more mental duress. Article number 10, it is being predicted that over 50 million Americans will be fighting hunger by the end of this year. We know famine's coming. And the last article I couldn't eliminate. I was shocked. This is from yesterday. Navy ends Catholic masses on San Diego area bases to cut cost. Now, I'd be anxious to see if they cut, Muslim mosque meetings and different things like that, which I'm not Catholic. And I know that people are going to say, well, Catholicism's not even Christian anyway, so what? We have this constitution called the freedom of religion. If you wanted to pray to a pig, we have the freedom of religion to practice our religion. Now, this has always been on Navy bases, but now all of a sudden they're wanting to take away the freedom of religion. The U.S. Navy has reportedly ended Catholic church services on San Diego area bases for cost purposes, the San Diego Union Tribune reported, but they got money for everything else. The Navy declined to renew contracts with priests who were contracted to assist with the chaplain corps as active duty group containing few Catholic clergy members, according to the Tribune report on Saturday. The new changes are from a national realignment announced in August. So people in the military have signed on to the U.S. military, and then the military takes their right away to practice their religion. You don't see a problem with this? You don't see a problem with the oppression that's coming? If it starts with one group being denied and then another group being denied, and we're seeing the evangelical church pastor now fined up to $52,000 for holding church services by any means necessary, legal, illegal, by politics, by policies, by different jurisdictions. They're coming against religion in every shape and form until the only thing left is to worship the beast. Y'all please leave me your comments below and let me know what you think. Also, if you pray for me, please keep praying for the Joshua situation and some other things that are going on in my life. And again, if y'all appreciate this channel, please prayerfully consider supporting it. Thank you for watching. I love y'all. Bye-bye.